All right. What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Sports fans all over the world. Welcome to the Shakedown, the show for the fans, by the fans. I'm your host, Shakes. I got my boy Black Freezy with me.
Yeah. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. What's going on, baby? What's the situation? What's happening now?
What it do, man?
Chilling,
Hey,
baby.
look, man, this is East Friday, okay? You know what I mean? Usually, usually me motherfucking sit there and got so much things going on, and we ain't give you an East Style Friday in a few weeks, maybe in a while. But
Mhm.
we here today, and today we got a video that dropped yesterday. And I know everybody in Giant Land is talking about it, and if you ain't talking about it, that means you ain't see it. And if you ain't see it, we got some clips for you. So we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
drop some clips. We're gonna talk about it. It's the Giants' life. It's a documentary on the Giants on front office and what they doing behind the scenes. Kind of hard knockish. Man, I think it's just as good as Hard Knocks. So shout outs to the Giants. Glue give it to y'all on our shit. Nobody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So towards the end, we're gonna do like a recap. But I just want to show this one slide right here because this is true to form. This man is cooking. He's cooking, bro.
Man,
I'm sorry. I don't care what none of these men say out here. All the gripes about the players, the this, that, and the third. This man is in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
without it,
man.
yeah.
Just
Go ahead.
watching the Giants' life, bro. Like my bad, I'm cutting you off, but just
Yeah.
watching the Giants' life. Oh my gosh, I mean, you can see like all the moves that he's making, how he's making them, like the things that he's saying, towards the moves, man. I mean, dude, like, oh man, they go back to his conversation with Dexter Lawrence right before they signed him, and they go in the
Mm-hmm.
conversation that they had at the combine, and he's like, look. I'm gonna need you to sign up so I can free up some things. All right, big man. And he's like, I
Yeah.
got you. And
He
for
was
them to
like,
get
let's
it
let's get
done,
something done,
it's
man.
crazy.
Let's get something done.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir, man.
You know what I
So
mean?
yeah, I mean,
Let's
they
get
said
something
Saquon
done.
is an, yeah, I mean, definitely it was Saquon, and then he mentioned Dexter Lawrence. So obviously Saquon is definitely the next one up, man, and they really trying to get something done. But man, if you ain't see
Yeah,
this
and
Giants Life documentary, please go watch it. What you got, Black?
yeah, and you can tell he is pissed off that he can't get this contract done with Saquon. You can literally see him disturbed when they're asking him the questions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else he could rattle off something nice and intelligent to say to you. But with that Saquon, man, he's upset. You know what I'm saying? You could tell this guy's also, got that touch of perfectionism in him, and which I like. You know what I'm saying? Because it balances with Dave's. You know what I'm saying? That's a balance. You know what I mean? But you can visibly see him shaking and kind of upset, like I wish we can get something done, but So hopefully, I don't know what's going on between Saquon and his representation, but hopefully they can get something done. The speculations with Saquon is that there was something on the table. I don't know what was it up to from 12 to about 14 million, or was it 12 million?
Yeah, 13 with a $1 million with the incentives and all that. So yeah, 14 million a year.
14, right? So kind of like he left that on the table. That's the narrative out there that's being floated. It seems that way. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it really seems that way to me. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what we get done. But Joe Shane is cooking. He's in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Whipping with the chef pot. And we're gonna see what he put. Really, we won't go to the cherry on top before we go to how he's actually cooking. So without any further ado, man, let's get to I guess the first video, man. The first situation, the first application of this Giants life, man. Very, very good work. Shout out to the New York Football Giants. Yo, man, they over there cooking. Shout out to John Schmelk. Shout out to the whole team over there, man. They doing a really, really good job, bro. All right, so without any further ado,
Hello?
Tay, New York Giants calling.
What's up?
Hold on for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Say, hey, Joe Shane here with the Giants. How you doing? We're going to turn the card in. You're going to be a New York Giant.
Yes, sir.
You excited?
Let's do it.
What's up, my man?
My guy, what up?
Hey, you excited?
What's up? For sure, let's do it.
With the 24th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Deontay Banks, defensive back, Maryland.
Tay Banks was the right choice for us at 24. Prototype size, he's got speed, he's got strength, he's got physicality. He can play press man. He's a 4-3-6 guy that really fit what, the defensive staff was looking for in a corner. Yeah, when Wink came in, we took Tay Banks. He was obviously super excited. My back's still a little bit sore from that bear hug he gave me.
Yeah, bro. Like, so, excuse me. Watching it, and hearing his voice, like, I swear, it just sounded like they called me. And I'm like, was that me?
Exactly. Yo,
Like,
that should be tripping me out every time I hear him, son. I be like, yo, this dude sound like Shakes, bro. It's amazing.
Crazy, bro. Like, from now on, bro, that's my cousin. I don't want to hear it. Nobody else got nothing to say about it. That is my cousin. We are kin. All right, that is my boy.
But the piece that we weren't able to get a little bit beforehand, because unfortunately we run out of time. But was them doing the trade up. And monitoring everybody and seeing what was going on. So they was really, the eye was on. I believe it was the Chargers in Chicago, to see exactly what they was going to do. And Daboll was in there, with the supreme optimism. It was like, all right, if we don't get both, we get one or the other. You know what I'm saying? If we don't get both of them, we're gonna get at least one of them, and then we'll readjust. You know what I mean? And it just so happened that I believe the Chargers took Quentin Johnson. Then next thing you know, when the Bears came up, they actually took your son, Stevenson, the cornerback. And so once that happened, that was it. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, I think at this point in time, we kind of all know that Zay Flowers was one of the guys they were actually looking at. Shout out to you, you know what I mean? Because you was already tapped in, because you was breaking my heart with that shit. Another sad love song. Like, man, he gonna be a Baltimore Raven, bro. Like, man, stop that bullshit, Shakes, man. I don't want to hear that shit, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that, bro. And sure enough, they took him, man. So, shout out to Joe Shane and them, man, for actually, putting together a hell of a plan, man, especially for that first round. But if you look at that war room, bro, there's no dry erase board in that war room. That shit don't look bland at all. That shit look like a war room, like the Pentagon or something. That shit look crazy.
Yeah, it is nice, bro. It is nice. I like how they FaceTime the players after they was drafted and all that, But yeah, like that shit is definitely upgraded, updated, all new type of shit, bro. Like, I don't know if it been there or is that just Daboll and Shane, like.
No, that's another part of the Giants' life thing. They got another one like that, because the dude who actually designed the room, he talking about, as they building the room, they show the room bare bones, and then they show them actually starting to build the room, and then putting the screens in and all that. And dude is talking about a specific software he created only for us, for our war room. You know what I'm saying? So when you see them stats and all that on the screen, that's the analytics or whatever AI he put in there. So when they punch the numbers, it can give them, the edge in technology. So, man, I think that right there is what actually, gives us that feeling we're moving into, as Edie Chosen would say, millennial football. So, this man is cooking, bro. He cooking. I'm sorry, put it back up there. That nigga cooking, man. He in the kitchen. whipping it up, bruh. And just that first selection, just you know, it was a domino effect of just greatness, man. 1, 2, 3 for us, man. And can't wait. Deonte Banks, man. Let me touch on him. Pause, by the way, real quick. If there was a corner that we was going to draft, you know, he was the one that was heavily mocked towards the end, especially on the PFF mocks. You know, I was watching everybody doing their thing, and plus I was doing a little secret mocks on my own. But he kept popping up in the algorithm. He kept popping up towards the end, and I was like, damn. I didn't think we would have to trade up for him or with the need, but if that's your guy, you want your guy, go get your motherfucking guy.
That's a fact.
All right, so without any further ado, we can go to number 2 of the installation. And that second round, man, it couldn't have felt any motherfucking better, man. The fuck going on, man? Tells a lot, man. So without any further ado,
predictions. I'm going John Michael Schmitz, center. There's still some pretty good wideouts left out there. Jalen Hyatt's on the board, I think. That's my guess. One of those two. I think we go center or we go Jalen Hyatt, Tennessee.
We'll go Schmitz or Hyatt.
Jacksonville has traded its pick. Chicago is now
I'm taking Hyatt.
They came in front of us or something.
I'm getting one of the two, so.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Either way, it'll help us one of them. Much fast. Don't get started, sorry.
So good. I love the outfit. Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go. Drum roll.
The 56th pick in 2023 draft, Chicago Bears select Tyreek Stevenson.
Oh, the corner?
Okay. Good job, boys.
So we'll roll the dice and move back. Scared money, don't you?
Hey.
The New York Giants are now on the clock.
Super Bowl champion and NFL legend Lawrence Tyne.
Stand up, New York! What a time to be a Giants fan. Now let's get to business. We're looking for smart. We're looking for tough. We're looking for dependable. With the 57th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, our New York Football Giants select John Michael Schmitz, center, Minnesota.
That's what I'm talking about.
Made sure we got the smart, tough, dependable in. That's for Joe and Dave's, because that's what we're looking for, man. And what a pick, right? We need a center, John Michael Schmitz, #1 ranked center in the draft, and we got him, baby. He's coming to New York. Best of luck to John Michael Schmitz, man. He's going to have a hell of a career.
Bro. So, my thing is this, right, with that one. So, they get to the pick. They get to their pick in the second round. And the team trades up. I can't remember. I can't recall who traded up. But scares Joe Schoen, right? Scares him and says, oh, shit, man, who they went up for? Thinking that they went up for the center, right? So you can hear Dave say, well, then we just take Jalen Hyatt. That's what's so crazy. That's what's so crazy, bro, that they were satisfied and good with just going Jalen Hyatt. And not only that, they went into this pick, first off, the old kicker, what's his name, Tynes, then called it.
Lawrence Tynes, he straight up predicted it.
It's either Smith or Hyatt. He done first said it. Then you go into the room and they like, well, we're going to take Smith or Hyatt. That's exactly what they said. We're going to take Smiths or Hyatt.
Or Hyatt.
Whoa.
It's a fact.
Whoa.
So, but it also tells us, Shakes, that they literally were playing their board. Because if you think about it, so I'm thinking of like the Zay Flowers, Deonte Banks, John Michael Schmitz, because obviously they thinking that they were trading up for a center. That's why they got a little shooken. and Jalen Hyatt. So I say 1 through 4, that was the top of the board. I don't know who 5 could have been, but 1 through 4, that's the top of the board. Because soon as he traded up and they got shook, and he was like, we'll just take Jalen Hyatt then. Let's just play the board. We just go right down and get our guy. And then we'll reconfigure and, you know, get that done. But with Joe Schoen saying, hey, man, scared money don't make money. You want to trade back? He's like, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. I need to get my guy right now.
That made me laugh so hard, bro. I'm like, yo, Shane is funny, bro. Like, to be in that moment and to like think like, oh my gosh, I almost lost my guy, and then to sit there and don't lose him and say, okay, well, hey, y'all want to trade back? like, come on, bro. Like, yo, that's my guy, bro. Like, yo, that is my guy. Like, I love that, bro. I love it.
Yeah, it's another thing too. I've never seen, because you know I'm not too fond of some of the ownership here, but I've never seen John Mara smile and look like he is happy. I've never seen it like that. He was smiling so much, man, I didn't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I'm trying to hate on him, but I can't no more because he chose the right tandem, man. He chose the right GM and the coach of the year.
Absolutely.
All right, so without any further ado, man, we're going to the last video, and then we'll get into a couple of little slides here, man. Kind of go in a reverse order. We're going with the draft first, man. The cherry on top, pause. And you know, this last little piece, so crazy how all that fell. You know what I mean? Captain Obvious, everybody already know, but here we go.
What number were they called? Which phone? This one? You got to vibrate?
So I can feel it.
What if you missed it? What if you missed
the call?
I mean, we tried to call you,
Make sure
bro.
I got it on there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we tried to call.
I'm gonna be using this phone like that.
Hey, who's 69? Who's picking 69? Rams?
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt's another guy that we had graded fairly high on our board, and you know, when we got into the 3rd round, you know, he was sticking out a little bit like a sore thumb. So, you know, I talked to Tim and Dennis and Brandon and said, hey, let's start making some phone calls and see if, you know, if we could give up our 4th. When does it come into play that we would just have to give up our 4th?
It's R2 and 4, so it's 89 and R4.
89 and 128 for.
Yeah, you're gonna execute first trade, Dave.
You know, Dave's is like, hey, what if I text McVay? I'm saying, yeah, go ahead. So we typed in the terms, and Dave sent it off to Coach McVay, and eventually they called us back.
Rams are calling. All right, yeah, we'll do it.
The Los Angeles Rams have traded their pick. The New York Giants are now on the clock.
The New York Giants select Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver, Tennessee.
Daboll's first trading. Trader. Good job, buddy.
I look good in blue. Oh man.
Yeah, come take a picture of your mom before it happens.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You never mind.
Justin, welcome to see you.
How you doing, man? You too. Congrats, man. Welcome. Welcome.
What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Good trip?
Yes, sir.
Good. Good to have you.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like, I felt like home for me. It's been really exciting.
Yeah, kind of just taking it all in, getting in the building, being around this team, getting ready to go to work.
What's up, man? It's good.
Hey, how you doing?
Daniela. Yeah, good to see you. This is Giants quarterback. That's what when I seen him, I was like, okay.
Yes. So happy we got you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Have you seen Rome yet?
No, I ain't seen it.
Yeah. I know. He come down to. How many times he meet with you? Like 6 times.
We met a bunch of times.
You could tell that we wanted you.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe how it felt. Then I thought you were going to Baltimore. You know what I mean? 'Cause
right, for sure, I got you.
Thank God they signed Lamar. They wanted to get him some weapons.
For sure.
And I'm like, yes.
I had a feeling I was going to come here too. I had that feeling. I'm just blessed to be here, blessed to be in this position, and I just can't wait to make the most of it.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Danny, nice to meet you. Doing good?
Meet you, yeah.
Pretty see you. Good, man. I'm fired up to get you. It's fun watching you this year.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You
I'm enjoying it. It's a good day. Great day. Everybody good. Good. Spies, my family with me. It's good. It's good.
If y'all need anything, let us know. Like I said, we got a pick here in about 15 picks away. So
quick.
Yeah, try to keep adding to it. But enjoy the stay.
Yeah.
Happy y'all are here and look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice
All
to
right.
meet you.
Y'all enjoy.
Thank you.
Day 3 is very important. I think you saw it last year with some of the players that we were able to get. Bellinger, Belton, DJ Davidson played some snaps for us. Unfortunately, McKeithen got hurt and Beavers got hurt. But those were all guys, and then McFadden played meaningful snaps. So sometimes you can get starters out of the day 3, and then sometimes you get some really good depth players and contributors or special teams players. So looking forward to those guys getting in and competing, and whether it's depth roles or starting players, they're equally as important.
The New York Giants select Eric Gray, running back, Oklahoma. It's a foot race for Eric Gray.
Trey Hawkins, DB from Old Dominion.
That's going nowhere. Trey Hawkins III blows it up.
The New York Football Giants select Jordan Riley, defensive tackle, Oregon. Javarius Owens, DB, Houston.
Yeah, we FaceTime most of the players after we drafted them. Just thought it was a nice personal touch.
Yes, sir.
Are you driving?
I'm pulling back up to my house right now.
Yeah.
Nah. Main thing that stuck out to me was his interaction, or Deonte Banks' interaction with Wink Martindale, and Wink telling him, look, man, I'm so happy to have you. Man, I really thought Baltimore was going to take you, but thank God that they re-signed Lamar Jackson. They need to give him something.
And that's
Yes,
exactly
sir.
how it played out. Just like we said earlier, man, because I truly believe they was on our board. But they was like, nah, we still need some wideouts. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if they would have did what they were supposed to do in the offseason, shout out to the Shakedown DMV. Yeah, go check that episode out that was dropped today. As King Pope was saying, he was like, yo, I don't really think we did too much in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? But when he got to the draft selection, you know what I'm saying, he bigged up the Zay Flowers because, that was a needed piece out there, with signing Odell and definitely getting, my son Rashard Bateman and all that, who need to stay healthy. But that fell, it couldn't fall any prettier, man. It couldn't fall any prettier. And we also, displayed a video because on Banks's on Tay Banks's YouTube, he was stating like, yo, man, the New York Giants, man, I met with them like multiple times. They want me bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the truth. The first thing Wink says is, have you seen Jerome, the DB's coach? Have you seen Jerome? You know what I mean? Like, let's get to work. Let's get right to work. Because damn, boy, I can't even believe that shit happened like this for us, kid. The shit still be shocking me. Once again, shout out to Sneaky Giants, man. We seen you there, man. You was live action in the film. License plate guy. You know what I mean? Shout out to them brothers. Yeah, that shit was dope. That
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, so move on to the... Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying, man, it was... All of that was just good to watch, good to see, man. Just seeing the rookies and how happy they are to be Giants, and Jalen Hyatt, with his, don't look good in blue, like he been saying that even before he was drafted. So, all these guys like just happy and ecstatic. And also, right, this is another thing that I thought about when I was watching it was how like players have that chip on their shoulder, like all the 32 teams and passed up on me and I'm gonna make them all pay that chip. And I do feel like Jalen Hyatt has that chip, But
Yes,
the thing about it is that he doesn't have that chip for us, right? Yeah, we passed up on him twice, right? He could say that. But the fact of the matter is that we was willing to take him in the second round. The fact of the matter is that we decided to trade all the way up to get you. That means you was very wanted, and he feels that way. He feels like I was wanted here. They wanted me, and he's gonna ball out and play harder as he possibly can for these boys. With that chip, that's what I think.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know, the little footage, you know, leaking around about with him working out for the Dallas wide receiver coach, and he's saying, man, you know, he's trying to tell him that he, you know, he pretty much is a speed guy. He don't, you know, he's not an overall wide receiver. You know what I mean? So he's like, you just kind of like a speed guy. You know what I'm saying? Can you run routes type thing? You know. And so that's sticking out because that had to be a narrative in the league, right? Based off of the type of offense that he came from in Tennessee. So it seems to me that Jalen Hyatt will be playing with that big ass chip on the shoulders, and you know what I'm saying, with the respect of the team that drafted him, of course, because we moved up for him. We didn't wait for it. We didn't, you know, we wasn't sitting pat. As you can see, the LA Rams and you know, the New York Football Giants were texting back and forth, Dabes and McVay. So that was the easy conduit, the easy, you know, transition, because if we're already talking, hey man, let's see how you feel about, you know, us trading up, man, and giving you a 4th round selection as well. You know what I'm saying? And see how you guys like that. And I didn't even see who they selected at. What was that, 128 or something like that? I didn't even see who they chose, because I usually like to follow the players, you know what I'm saying, after the selection to see if they even pan out even. Did it work all the way around, or was it just a good thing for us? So, man, yo, ecstatic. I can't wait to see these kids, man. They was already in, you know, rookie mini camp, of course. But I can't wait to see them in camp, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, health, wealth, knowledge of self, hopefully they be good. But moving on to day 3, right? When they moved to day 3, it just went so fast, right? But at the same time, when I saw them, like you said earlier, like FaceTiming all of these kids, man, that's such a unique personal touch. It's just such a unique personal touch that I don't know if you know, everybody else is doing that around the league, or if that's where, you know, Joe and them got that from. But that's such a personal touch, because it's really showing like I give a fuck. And I like the fact that Dave's, you know, he does that too. Like that, you know, that scene when he was checking on Dexter, like yo, what's up, man? Letting you know, man. You know what I'm saying? We think about you. You know, as we working. You know what I'm saying? Like we working, but we still working. We're working on the off season still. Trying to obtain our players, the good players that did their thing, and bring them back in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we can keep that culture in the building, and you know, some of those skill sets.
That's a fact, man.
So okay, let's
everything about it.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. So this is a favorite term running around, right? So this is a part of that signing everybody back, running back situation. You know what I'm saying? On the screen, of course, you can see Darius Slayton. You know what I'm saying? Jahad Ward, one of the thugs. But this offseason, how you feel about that term, the running back term? You know, because a lot of people, you know, got a little upset. I did too in the beginning when I started seeing we were just signing like the same type players, and we're not giving, you know what I'm saying, Daniel Jones no love as far as the wide receivers until, you know, some things started opening up for us, right? But the running back term was one that everybody, you know, was kind of upset about because they didn't want to have the same exact team, or thinking we were going to have the same exact team, and that is not exactly what happened. So what you think about this running back shit?
I think that it's a genius move for one. You know what I'm saying? It's I won't even say genius, man. It's logical, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's logical, and that's one of the reasons why I felt like that was one of the fireable offenses that I felt Gettleman did and had, is because when we drafted Saquon Barkley and I looked around at this 90-man roster, and slapped it on the goddamn intro and everything, I looked at the team and said, yo, we ain't got no holes. We ain't got no holes on this team, yo. The 90 man. Alright? By the time they got to 53, I did not recognize who this team was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. That was the fault that I felt, well, one of the faults that I felt that Gettleman did that was a fireable offense is that he sat there, brought in his guys, and said, clean house, I want all Jerry Reese guys out of there. By the time he was done, it was only 2 or 3 guys left from the Reese era.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
It's
we
no
also
way that
know.
should be going, man.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on real
also
quick.
know a part of that. Okay, my bad.
It ain't no way that no, it's cool. Like, it's no way that should go down, bro. Like, just like I said back then, when you take whatever is good and what you felt like was good with Jerry Reese roster, and then you add on to it. That's what will make you a great football team. You don't wipe it all fucking clean and then start all over and think that you're going to do something. That's where you were wrong at, bro. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So and Shane not doing that. He's like, yo, I don't give a fuck about the, you know what I mean? Like, last regime, old regime, I don't give a damn. I'm reevaluating these kids. Whoever I feel like should get a second contract or another contract will. If I need to see them once again, I will bring them back once again. And I love it. My bad, Black. Go ahead.
That's all good. It's all good. A lot of passion, brother. You know, the situation is that, you know, I think Gettleman got his job based off of changing the culture of this roster. I don't think the ownership liked exactly what the locker room was doing under the previous regime, and they wanted him to come in and gut it from the bottom up, right? And I think that was, like you said, the major mistake. I think a lot of people also just put that on Gettleman, but I don't. I put that also on John Mara and them because I think that's why they hired this guy. They brought him in here to be, you know what I'm saying, I would say kind of like the disgruntled GM, you know what I mean? Like, whatever with that, we're going this way. You know what I mean? Like, so he wasn't going to sit there and try to re-sign whatever was the value on the team because they saw those folks as poor natured or poor culture. You know what I mean? Or bad for the team in general. And I truly believe that now after all of that, you know, all of that losing we went through, all of those years of losing we went through, and trying to transition out of a quarterback into one that seemed like a forced call in Daniel Jones in the beginning, right? It really seemed like just they were forcing it. But seems like it's panning out to a degree, my brother. We have yet to see exactly what happens this year, 2023. But right now, to me, it looked like they running it back and they cooking. Now the running it back portion, we went to the you know, we made a playoff games. You know? I don't care who anybody say, oh, you know, Minnesota was not a formidable team. They weren't a playoff team. Well, they made it to the damn playoffs. What the fuck does that mean? This is the NFL, guys. You know, we're not talking about the XFL or the Canadian League. I don't care how bad or poor a team is. If they make it to a damn playoff game, that means they were good somewhere during the season. They were good somewhere during the portion of the season. So regardless of what happened to Minnesota, we whipped that ass. And we earned that right in that spot. And we earned the spot of the 25th pick. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's been a while since we've been picking down there. So that smile you see on the screen on the running back, you know what I mean? That's a genius smile because they came in one year and started cleaning fucking house, boy. I'm talking about with talent. You know, we had the $87 million man sitting on the bench, warming it up, getting splinters. We're not going to have you out there with that poor ass play, sir. We're not doing it today. So I'm so sorry. So, all right. So a portion of the running back is the future contracts. And so here are a gang of future contracts that some of the guys that Joe Schoen, you know, brought in as undrafted free agents or snatched off of certain people's practice squads. So for some reason, it seems like, you know, they really like this Terrell Burgess guy. He played a couple snaps during the season. I'm not sure if I'm as fond as they are of Terrell Burgess, but it seems like he is that guy. That's why he's at the top of the list, man. What you feel about Terrell Burgess?
I don't know who the fuck he is, bro.
He said Terrell who? Terrell who? Yeah.
Okay.
So I think when the cupboard was bare and they snatched this kid off the practice squad, unfortunately I can't. I'm slipping me where they actually got him from. When they snatched him up, I think he was probably the best we had with some veteran experience to a degree, but we upgraded so much, bro. I don't give a damn about Terrell Burgess, but I like the fact that they had all of these futures in place just in case they weren't able to make some of these moves. This is nothing but depth. When you look at future contracts, they're nothing but potential, right? So they see potential in someone and they sign them. So Terrell was one of those guys. Another one, Vernon Butler, defensive tackle, that's supposed to say. He was, at one point in time, he was the guy, man. What was that, Carolina, right? That's who drafted him. He was the guy, man. He was one of those guys. I'm not sure what happened to his ascendance, but we wound up being able to snatch some of this big ass beef paws off of the practice squad, and I think that's good depth if he can actually make the roster. What you think about my man Vernon Butler?
Yeah, he was definitely highly touted. Coming from in the draft, I forget what school he went to. I want to say Vanderbilt, but I think I'm gonna be wrong. But yeah, I'm saying, other than that though, like I know he is definitely a big body guy. That it just, to me, man, that whole defensive line, stable, room, whatever you want to call it, bro, it's just that, bro. And I don't know how many bodies gonna be able to sneak up in there. We probably gonna get them in the practice squad though. I'm rooting for that. But I don't know, it's just so many bodies, bro, that might be an odd man out. But that's just crazy to have a Vernon Butler like that. That's like,
crazy, just sitting there.
6'7" guy. You like, oh my gosh, good God Almighty, we got so many D linemen. It's crazy.
Yep. So I think that depth is just ridiculously crazy. Hopefully he does. At least we're able to obtain him some way, just for some depth purposes. But moving on to Jashawn Corbin, undrafted free agent out of Florida State. I think he's gonna wind up back on the practice squad. I don't think this kid makes the team, man. We're too stacked there. Hopefully, we have all of the players on field, no injuries involved. But I think if anything, if they have any interest in this kid because they signed him to a future contract, he's back again. They're running it back with him as well. He's gonna be on the motherfucking practice squad, man. Can't body like a motherfucker. All right, what you thinking about Jashawn Corbin, son?
Well, I mean, like you said, man, pretty stacked there, and it's crazy because we don't even know if Brightwell gonna make this team. So,
word.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, Corbin is nice too, though, man. He was one of those guys last year that we was like, damn, I don't know, we want to get rid of him. Like, once you see him in the preseason running off, you like, I don't know, we can keep that though. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, like you said, I think he's another guy that we probably will creep up on the practice squad. Can't body like a motherfucker, but dude, nice though. Don't get it twisted. It's just that it's a lot of motherfuckers there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, and I'm pretty sure that the playbook and the speed of the league and all that, because he was still a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's undrafted. So all of that, he had to catch up to all of that, and let's see if if some of those some of that being on the practice squad and being on the scout team, see if that helps him out. Moving on to Corey Cunningham, an offensive tackle who we had around for a little while. He showed flashes because when we needed him. I think he could be more of a swing tackle type of deal if he sticks around, if they're able to obtain his services. But I'm not really a fan of Corey Cunningham. Talk to me about him though.
No, I think the Giants really love him, and I do think that he'll be the swing tackle, little extra tackle on this squad. I think he makes the 53. I think they really love the kid.
All right. So moving on to Zion Gilbert, another undrafted free agent out of a small school. Can't remember exactly at the moment, but seemed like he played a lot in the slot, and they liked him there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tied to Zion. I don't, you know, can't body like a motherfucker. I'm not saying like he's going to penetrate or crack the roster, but he did get some snaps during the season. They tried to feature him, you know what I mean, to see what he had. He was out there getting them used and abused. So let's see exactly what Zion has, but can't body like a motherfucker. What you think about Zion Gilbert?
Nah, he ain't got no chance, bro.
He
made bodies, bro. I don't even know if he made the practice squad.
Yeah, I don't know. They like him though. They like him. That's why they signed him to the futures. Because just for them picking him up and seeing something in him as an undrafted free agent, he still gets a future contract after going through that, you know, season where they featured him and he wasn't able to show much. Because I'm pretty sure they know this kid isn't ready yet. You know what I mean? They still putting him in the oven. He needs some bacon. And he got his ass baked last season. So, all right, moving on to Devery Hamilton. I actually like him a little bit more than Corey Cunningham for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason, he just flashed to me a little bit more. And I actually see him possibly, you know, making a little swing for that swing tackle. You know what I mean? Because that's, I think, if any offensive tackle you see that we signed to a futures contract, you know, we're trying to find that position on the swing tackle activity. And we'll see if we get one, man, because obviously we didn't draft any offensive tackles in the last 2 years. We drafted some guards. No, I'm bugging. My bad. We drafted Evan, right? We drafted Evan, but I'm talking about like the backups, right? We drafted some guards, a whole lot of guards, trying to figure that out. But as far as the tackles, we didn't even present one this year. So I think, to me, that's just my favorite right there is Devery Hamilton. See if he could crack that roster. You know what I mean? But what you think about Devery Hamilton, man?
Another guy that I think that they like. I love his versatility and shit. But he got battled out with Cunningham and Purdy and shit. So I don't know. But if anything, he'll end up on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if they see really Purdy as a guard, because I really see Purdy as a guard at this point in his life. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a tackle at all. I think he is a right guard. Moving on to Solomon Kinley, Georgia product. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was drafted by Miami. I think it was the 3rd rounder. The thing with Solomon is, man, he played guard, tackle. I believe mainly on the right side. He just always had this thing where he had weight issues. You know what I'm saying? Where he's coming in overweight. You know what I mean? And I think that was the big problem that he had with the Miami Dolphins. And of course, what I read, they always talk about attitude, because if you're not able to have the discipline, you know what I mean, to go with the diet regimen and the off-season plan that, you know, the people are trying to give you, the nutritionists and everything, then are you really taking this serious? So the Giants, based off of where the kid was drafted, and you know, obviously OG Bobby Johnson, or somebody like this kid's profile, they brought him in. So didn't hear a peep out of him last season. So they brought him back again for future. So they still cooking him. You know what I mean? And obviously, I said right guard, but I think he was the left guard in Georgia, and I think he played right on the other side of Andrew Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. What you think about Solomon Kinley, though?
I don't know too much about him, but I do know, I remember him coming out in the draft, and I don't know, I guess that, you know, he's another body in there that can definitely compete. And then when I'm looking at it and thinking about the line, I'm like, damn. Even though motherfuckers is complaining and shit about this shit, it's a lot of bodies that's competing for a spot in the job,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
So see, cause I'm still thinking, I'm looking at Wyatt Davis is still there too, and all that. Like, bro, it's a lot of fucking linemen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So all right. Moving on. Wide receiver Jada Mickens. I don't know nothing about this child's life. I think he can't body like a motherfucker. To be honest with you, but it seems like they really like this kid. You know what I mean? I don't really know much about him. I gotta be honest. I gotta be totally honest. I don't, and I'm not even gonna look into him until he do something on the field the preseason. Gotta be honest.
Right.
Can't body like a motherfucker.
DJ, whoo!
Who the hell is this kid? Yeah. So, you got anything on Jada Mickens, or you feel the same way?
Nope, DJ Who Kid, bro.
DJ Who Kid. All right, moving on to Charlie's son, Dre Miller, out of Maine. Another undrafted product. We had exhibited him at tight end. We exhibited him at tight end, but now it seems like they're going to transition him to wide receiver, and I think that's all based off of the kid we're going to talk about next, which is Lawrence Cager. Because once Lawrence Cager was brought to camp or was snatched off of a practice squad, it was a wrap for Mr. Dre Miller, although he, his injury didn't help him none. So what you think about Dre Miller?
They don't know what they want to do with the ball.
But they like him. He's like, I don't know, but I like the boy. I like him.
Like this boy in the building for some odd reason. They don't know what to do with him. One man they got him wide receiver. Next man they got him tight end. Next man they got him wide receiver again. Hey, you know what? Let's try you at tight end again. All right, you know what? No, let's go wide receiver. I don't know what they want to do with the boy. But to me, it don't seem like he can really stay on the field to be healthy to even be out there. He's kind of like the Roro for wide receivers for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, who the fuck, bro? And why the fuck? Like, you never playing, but you still here, bro. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Yeah, man. That's what I see with him, man. I don't know. Like, shit, man. Nine lives, dude. I think he's on his 8th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think they realized he wasn't a tight end. He doesn't have a tight end frame. Lawrence Cager, you could say the same thing, but at least he's a little more bulky than Dre is. Dre looks like a wide receiver, bro. He looks like a wide receiver. And I think that, the grueling battle of tight end, because they want you to block a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're not always going to be moving or, move tight end all over the place. You're going to have to get in the trenches and block somebody. So I don't think he has the body type and the wherewithal to do so. And I think that's a part of, why he was getting injured or gotten injured so severely. But moving on, tight end Chris Myrick. And I'm not sure, but I believe Myrick was a part of that international program, wasn't he? Wasn't we able to hide him in Plax Gummer?
I know he was there last year, though.
Yeah, I actually like Chris Myrick. In the beginning I was calling him Bump Stickity, man, because I just had some trauma on me. But I actually like Chris Myrick, man. I gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like So I think he got enough blocking, because he's mainly a blocking tight end, and he has soft enough hands. You know what I'm saying? Because he can sneak out and nobody will pay attention because he's not a threat in any means as far as catching the ball. So, but I like Chris Myrick, man. What you think about Chris?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, man. You know me, I like the blocking tight ends. I just think the numbers kind of outweigh him. So I don't think he'll make this squad. But if we can sneak him on a practice squad, I do believe he'll be there.
Yeah, I believe is his life.
But
practice squad life.
New England might scoop him up, though. You know how New England get.
Well, Belichick better do something before you retire and give the reins to Joe Judge. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, because he has the potential. He put enough on tape to have the potential to not, to get snatched off. But that just depends if you got a game plan for him or not. You know what I mean? But shout out to Chris Myrick, man. He had a pretty decent showing. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Moving on to the many wide receivers we have on this futures contract list. Your son, Khalil Pimpleton. I truly believe I truly believe that the speed is the reason why he's still here and his prowess on special teams. I'm not sure how much he has as a wide receiver with his stature. You know what I mean? And plus, it seems like that slot is kind of clogged up. They love him though.
Yeah, he's a likable guy, bro. Like,
yeah,
how can you
he
not
was out there,
like a guy like that?
Yeah, and he was out there with Daniel Jones and them throwing, man. He was in Arizona.
You know even in the Giants life, he was there at the bowling alley with them. Well, not the bowling, the skating rink.
Yeah, I didn't get that piece in there, pause. But yeah, I mean, you know, I like your son, man. He cool people, man. I ain't got no problems with him. But the only thing is that his life is limited on the roster because I think it's tied to special teams.
It's like he's a one-trick pony, really.
Yeah,
but it's not even really
perfect.
Like, yeah, it is. You know what I mean? But when you think about it, like, you always think about those guys as one-trick ponies, but when they actually get a chance to show something, I think they do. A la Dwayne Harris, and we got from the Cowboys. Everybody like, well, he's a punt returner, he's a kick returner, he's special teams. But look how much shit he brought to the table as special and at wide receiver for us. I can go back to Dominic Hickson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, kick returner, punt returner. Then, you know what I mean? Cheddar Bob shoots himself, and now he's the number one wide receiver for us. And then I can go back to last year. You know what I'm saying? Bringing Richie James. Oh yeah, he's a kick returner, punt returner. That ain't nothing. And he turns out to be like one of the leading fucking guys in targets for our team last year, bro.
Yeah,
so,
he was our number one wide receiver at one point.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, those guys, you know, even though you look at them and say one trick, you know what I mean, pony, if they can make the team off that one trick, they can get more opportunities to show what they can do. So, shout out to the pimp, man. I hope that he do get that opportunity.
I thought it was shocking that they didn't even feature him or even think about him with all of those situations we had at wide receiver last year. They didn't, you know, I thought that was shocking. So I didn't know if he wasn't, you know, adept in the playbook or what was going on with the kid. But they definitely are storing him and harboring him like a hamster. You know what I'm saying? They definitely just storing this kid. But I like your son, man. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the other many wide receivers. At this point in time, Mekhi Polk. I'm gonna just put them boys together. Mekhi Polk and David Sills. Your life's on the line, as 50 Cent would say, right? I don't know what the hell these guys are gonna bring. I think the only thing they could bring is special teams, and David Sills don't play special teams. I think he's just a favorite in the building, and I want him gone. Nothing personal, David. Just you're a bum. Stickity and all that. But what you think about these two, Mekhi Polk and David Sills?
They dead.
You dead to me.
Flatline.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what they, you know, Mekhi Polk, I believe he's a big body wide receiver, but I'm not sure what he would exhibit. Of course, David Sills may look like a preseason darling. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he may be another year of him being a preseason darling, but let's see who stands out in the preseason and makes himself some money. I'm hoping it's not David Sills because you're just too slow. I wish he was big enough to be a tight end or some shit. Like, pause. Like I don't want you here no more, sir. I just don't. Moving on to the last contract in the futures situation is Trenton Thompson, who was another one like Terrell Burgess, who I think they actually like and got some snaps last year. And they storing them like a hamster. I don't have no problem with Trenton's life. You know what I'm saying? Trenton good with me. He cool. What you think about Trenton Thompson?
Yeah, just like you said, see, I don't know nothing about Burgess, but I know him and shit. And Thompson, I think that the organization do like this kid. I just don't know if he makes it. But if he don't make it, I can see him sneaking on the practice squad. I do think that they think highly of this kid.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right. Moving on. So the exclusive rights free agents. First one in the pot because Joe Shanes is cooking. You're looking at that pot right there. That's a pot, sir. Steaming up because he's cooking. First one over there on the left is Wyatt Davis. You know what I'm saying? Ohio State product. This is one of my young ones. I'm not sure what's going on with his life, but we really like this kid's potential at guard. Talk to me about Wyatt Davis, man.
No, I like the kid too, and I'm anxious to see how he does in camp and in preseason. Cause I'm rooting for him. I hope that he can make this squad, and I don't know, just for like namesake or paper and shit, just to have that guy as like your extra lineman, and with everybody else that we have, it just looks good for me. It just looks good. So yeah, I'm rooting for Wyatt Davis, man, all the way.
All right, moving on to the other thing in the pot. That's Joe Shane Cooks. Is definitely the guy who became my number one wide receiver towards the end of the season into the playoffs. Isaiah Hodgins. Snatched him directly off of the Bills practice squad, so he already had an up on his kid. He had all the information on him. I think he, of course, I believe he makes the roster. I think, you know what I'm saying, this kid is tenacious. I really enjoyed his play, his tenacity. He was even recruiting in the offseason, like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? And they brought him back, you know, on some exclusive rights deal, man. What you think about IH, man? Isaiah Hodgins.
Well, I think you and E was talking about him last year. Didn't know who the fuck he was. I was like, all right, well, I mean, anybody can help at this point in time. But when I seen him play, you know, just not only that, you know, he came through every time he was called upon, but just the fact that Daniel Jones had the confidence in this kid to deliver the ball to him in situations that if you ain't had no confidence in the kid, you would not throw that ball to him in that type of situation. So the fact that he does have the confidence and the connection with Daniel Jones, that's what makes me that's what made me take notice of him more. Then when we brought him back in the offseason, I was like, all right. I think he's gonna be an intricate part in what they're trying to do going forward.
That's a fact. That's a fact. He's squad. He definitely squad. Shout out to IH, man. Came out of nowhere, really. When we, you know, every time we get a player, he got height, weight, speed, that position he need. Unfortunately for me, I usually latch on to him like he gonna be the next, you know, next guy, the second coming or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, Paul. So it's a situation where this guy is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the last one, right, that was stuck in our mind. You know what I'm saying? A preseason darling was Corey Washington. Heartbreaker when he couldn't make the roster. And didn't make really any roster. So it kind of said that coaching staff knew what the fuck they was talking about, although he was upset about it, right? He made no roster. I still shout out to Corey Washington. I still follow him on Twitter, man. He seems like a humble, nice kid. Moving on, Lawrence Cager. Yo, son, Georgia product. It's another one snatched off of a practice squad. He has the best opportunity to me to really, of course, crack the roster and learn from one of the best that did it. One of the guys we signed at his position, and they almost look similar. They look almost similar in build. You know, him and Darren Waller. This shit is amazing. And you know, he flashed last year. And I think he has an opportunity to sit there, man, and keep the growth up, man. And I really like his playing style and his tenacity, man. What you think about the kid Lawrence Cager? Shout out to Edie Chosen One. That's his son.
Yeah, he was all over all these guys we were scooping up. He's yo, did you see me picked up him? And he's nice. Everybody. But he wasn't wrong on both of those guys, man, with Cage and Hodgins. You know, even though I was looking like, yeah, okay, whatever. We'll see. When they played, man, they showed up, man. So Cage definitely showed up here and there and had some good catches last year as well. So yeah, I like the kid. I'm not sure if I don't know. Yeah, I could say I think he'll make the 53-man roster. It's still a toss-up. You don't know, but I believe he'll be that third tight end.
Okay. All right, I believe so too.
That's the thing that got me real quick. That's the thing that got me with them two is him and Myrick, is that it might come between. Oh, more likely it's gonna be come between them two for that third tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do you go with the blocker or do you go with the receiver? And it gives you a little bit of okay, well, we can go either way. You know what I mean? Because we got Waller as the receiver and we got Bellinger as the blocker, even though he can be a good receiver as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't, it's not saying like, oh man, if we get rid of Myrick, where the blocking gonna be? We got it. Or if we say we keep Myrick, well, where's the receiving threat gonna be? Well, we got Waller. We don't need it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, either way, you know, whoever wins it. But I think it will be KJ that wins it and Myrick will be on the practice squad.
Yeah, what you thinking about Sweeney we got from Buffalo Bills? You know what I'm saying? Who is primarily a blocker too. Do you think he's in the way of Myrick or?
Yeah, definitely. Cause I think
he's in the mix. Blocker. He's in the mix. Yeah.
I think he's a better blocker than Myrick. So, yeah.
So he's in that mix for one of those spots. All right, moving on. We got the young fella at the end of the pot cooking. It's Jack Anderson from Texas Tech. For some reason, they really like this kid. I'm not sure if you saw the flashes, man. I believe he is a left guard. What you thinking about Jack Anderson's life?
I didn't see too much of him to even comment.
All right. He got an exclusive rights deal, so somebody like OG Bobby Johnson, shout out to him. He must have put up something on tape that we haven't, featured or seen. But shout out to him, man. And that's the exclusive rights agreements of about a part of this cooking that Joe Shane did. Now we're gonna get to something that's really controversial, and we all talked about it.
You don't know nothing about Anderson either? Like, you don't,
Nah, I just seen him. He was flashing. Nah, he just was a flash in the pan for me. I don't know that position is so clogged up, but due to the fact that they was willing to not let him go out the building, they saw potential in the kid. So that's what those exclusive rights contracts are about. We're not going to let you hit the free market to even start negotiating shit because we have exclusive rights to you. So they saw something they like, and they gave him, the bag, based off of it. So shout out to Jack Anderson. We get to see what your life is like, during camp. But moving on to the controversial thing, we still on the cooking portion of the show. We know what it is. A $40 million man. A lot of people still upset. They can't even move on from it. But listen, man, I done got it out my system. I was a part of that crew to a degree. I got it out my system. Once you're a giant for life. I'm sorry. And he got a second contract. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I have no hate for Daniel Jones. I just want to let the people know that once again. I have no hate for Daniel Jones. I want to see him do nothing but flourish because he is the quarterback of the New York Football Giants. Very favorable contract, though. Seems like a fluffed up 2-year. I love the way they did this whole offseason, starting with this particular move. Talk to me, man, because we know how you really truly feel about this player. But tell me what you think now.
No, man. Listen, I love the player now. I mean, the dude then gave us a discount and some more shit, bro. Like, what's not the love, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, here's my thing. Let me go
discount
really
double check.
This, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go real deep into this, right? Because one of the things that was really my gripe and grief was paying this guy 30-40 million. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know 30 is the going rate. And if he didn't have the year that he had, I've been like, bro, that's stupid to go ahead and even give that shit to him. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody else pay that motherfucker. But the year that he has, he earned that money. But not only did he earn that money, he gave us a discount. He said, that's cool. I want to be a Giant anyway. So whatever it is, let me sign on this dotted line. You're giving me 40 million. I'm satisfied. One of the things was to hold up was the money, the you know what I mean, an extra 5 or whatever. He's like, can't pay the $5. We end up paying the $5. End up paying the $5. But again, this dude structured the contract in every way that helps us in every way. So I love the contract. I love him for doing the contract. I look over at Lamar Jackson and I look over at Jalen Hurts, and they making $250-something million, and this man said, I don't need all that. Just give me 160 and I'm good. Man, you gotta love that shit, man. You gotta love that shit, man. For a whole million, 100 million, something like that, bro. Like a whole 100 million less than Hurts. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, definitely love the damn deal. Now I just want to see if really you deserve all the money in that deal, all the years in that deal, and that's giving you all the shit you need to be successful, to show that you is the quarterback for us. And if I see that, man, he'll go up there with the Eli's with me. You know what I'm saying? If he show he could win, and like I told I think either told one from the Bronx or LRP, one of them asked me, but what can he do to be your guy? And I told him, give me the 5. You gotta give me the 5. You give me the 5, and you're my guy. And I think that he's in the route to possibly giving us that. So we'll see if he can deliver, and is he that quarterback that can give you a championship. You know what I'm saying? But we gave him every opportunity to do so, and if he fucks it up, we got every opportunity to drop him off and not say, oh, we stuck. So it's a win-win to me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, brother. That's a win-win. I think he did everything they asked him to do, as they always say. Excuse me. And I have no problem with this kid or his Giants life at this point in time. So if you're looking for some Daniel hate or slander right now, you're not going to get it from Black Friday until the season, when he start doing some bullshit. Because as soon as you put that church's money on the ground, me and you got an issue, sir. But if we're going vertical and he starts and his interception rate goes up, of course, with situational football and depending on what happens in the game and things of that nature, everybody will be upset. But that's the probability you have to deal with when you want to go down the field. You're going to have more interceptions just based off of the probability, right? So it is what it is, man. Shout out to the New York Football Giants, man. They signed their quarterback, and let's see if he is the real deal. Moving on. We talked about this a little bit earlier, man. This is the franchise leader. This is the face of the franchise. I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is at this point in time. It is Saquon. Go look at the jersey sales. You know what it is. Kind of the same way like when when Odell was here. Tagged for 1 year, $10 million. Joe Schoen and them want to get a deal done yesterday. So hopefully, they get that done. But I think it's all about guarantees at this point in time. And if he didn't have the injury history he did, it would have been a slam dunk. They just would have had to give him the money. Talk about, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say our son Saquon Barkley, because that shit was like crazy draft day. But talk to me, man. And another thing, I didn't think we'd be able to fit both of them under the thing, but it's looking really possible at the current moment. But talk to me, bro.
Yeah, and I'm the one that told you it was gonna be possible. I'm the one that said
I'm like, no way this shit happened.
I'm like telling you, man. But it definitely did depend on Daniel. If Daniel was on some Jalen Hurts shit, and then we had decided to pony up and do some shit like that, then yeah, I don't think we would have had enough to do anything like this. But anyway, I think, I don't know why these damn fans, like, they just love to be in denial, or they like to be in like, doomsday, like, Saquon Barkley might not be here, and I had to hear this shit since we drafted him, bro. Like, or even before we drafted him. You don't take a running back that high. We don't have an offensive lineman for that running back. Well, where is he gonna run? How is he gonna do it? Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand some of you fans, but I keep on telling y'all, and I'm going to keep on telling y'all. And once everything keeps on happening, which it has, everything that I have been saying up to this point has been happening for Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I have not been wrong on nothing that had to do with Saquon. Not one thing. All right? And I'm telling y'all this, and it's my final time doing it, and I hope that y'all don't deny it anymore. Okay? He will sign a multi-year deal. He will be here for years to come. Stop being afraid of the tag. Stop being afraid of the due date. Stop being afraid of him possibly being gone to another team next year, or we might trade him. Stop doing all that shit, okay? Stop that motherfucking Candyman shit, okay? Because it's not happening. He's a giant. Get used to it, and he'll be a giant for a mighty long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, shout out to Danny Man and the squad, because Danny Man was the one, he was going too hard, man. Shout out to Dan Ricker. That, you know, listen, man, everybody can't be right, bro. And sometimes you got to, you know, sit back and just say, hey, look, man, I didn't see it and I was wrong. And that type of thing, and you know, that's what makes us, you know, men or women, you know what I'm saying, or whatever you identify as nowadays. Shit crazy. But the situation with Saquon Barkley, man, I truly believe if he doesn't get nicked up and doesn't tear a crucial ligament, we wouldn't have any of these conversations about any of the negotiation or any of the anything. It would have been, he probably would have been right after Daniel Jones, he'd have been the next day. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing is about a running back's life and, you know, a running back's career because of the grueling, you know, nature of the job. And I think, you know, over the years, people have been able to just, you know, exhibit getting a running back in the third to fifth round, and, you know, you'll be good. Drafting a running back second overall is just something that people don't do, but I don't think this kid is just a running back. I think he, like, as people would say, he's a weapon. He is. And it's just up to you to use him in the right nature and not abuse the reps. I think last year they put a lot of reps on the kid because they wanted to see if he was going to be strong, tough, and dependable. You know what I'm saying?
Want to see if he'll hold up, bro.
Hold up and take the licking and keep on ticking. All right, well, moving on. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got a linebacker. The New York Football Giants, Captain Obvious, we know, signed Bobby Okereke, inside linebacker. At this point in time, man, I can't wait. I just can't wait, bro. I can't wait to see the general leadership. I want to see if he gets the green dot. I want to see what his life is like as a New York Football Giant, because he flashed. He definitely flashed last year. You know, with his opportunity with what's the brother's name? Because I know he changed his name. Shaquille. He changed his name.
Darius Leonard.
Yeah, Darius Leonard. Yeah. So he flashed when that young brother got hurt, and that flash earned him a nice contract. You know what I mean? I don't got the numbers up here, but I just want to talk to you about what linebackers matter. How do they matter to you, sir? Especially in this 3-4 defense, which I told you, Shakes. This is one I told you, so we're going to get us a linebacker in the 3-4.
Right. I thought you can fucking focus on that shit in the 4-3, but that's here nor there. That's 2004, 14, and 15's argument. We here now. And man, listen, like, I know everybody like, oh yeah, man, oh he had that 1 year. Like, no, y'all don't get it twisted, bro. Don't get it twisted. He came out the year before that too. Like, he came off the year before that too. And actually, he came off in his rookie season. If you really go back, and for all the Colts fans, they know, they tell me, So, Bobby O is the truth. This is not no one hit wonder. What's that guy? Got somebody. She's a beauty. No,
Wayne
he
Wonder.
ain't that. Yeah, he ain't that, bro. You know what I mean? He ain't that. And that's funny. His name Wayne Wonder, and he was one hit wonder. But still, point being,
Yo, that's crazy. That was one song I saw. They actually dropped a video before I heard the record on the radio. That shit was crazy. That's one of those. That's how you knew that was a one hit wonder. But my bad, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, you're right. You know what I mean? Definitely history. You know what I mean? Going back. But yes, he ain't no Wayne Wonder. He ain't no one hit wonder, man. This guy is the absolute truth. He's been that way since they drafted him. They love this kid. I think they took him in the third round linebacker. So it ain't no guy that it was like out of nowhere. He came out and just showed something. Like, no. He's highly talented. They love this kid. And we got him. We got him now. And now, to me, there's certain guys in the league, and it's not many. Like, you'll have a handful of those linebackers that is a 20 tackle game guy.
Yeah.
20 tackle game guy, like a guy that can actually sit there and have 20 something tackles in one game. Yeah. That's Bobby O. That's Bobby O. Okay? He's one of those guys. And trust me, I know linebackers. So yes, I am very, very ecstatic to have this guy. And I think it's sneaky that people they ain't really like outside of the Giants and shit, outside of our community and shit, ain't nobody really cocking this shit. They ain't really looking at it like, oh my gosh, that was crazy ass shit. They really looking at the Waller shit like, oh man, like, I got Waller and y'all think y'all the shit now, but no. It's everything else that we did. It's everything else that we did besides Waller. That was just the I can't even call it the icing. But yeah, that ain't it, bro. That's just the meat, right? Like that's just the meat of the meal. You know what I mean? You still got the potatoes and the motherfucking vegetables and the cornbread and the apple pie and the
cornbread.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy. Like we got it all, dog.
Yeah, and you know the New York Giants definitely knew they had a deficiency of linebacker. They drafted two, although they were later last year in Darian Beavers and McFadden. And I think they're really, really looking forward to Darian Beavers, you know, operating on that rookie contract and showing himself to prove a worth to get a contract. So that's how I feel about it. And of course, McFadden got some snaps. He got benched because, you know, he had to learn some lessons. But I think we're pretty healthy there at the linebacker position, man, for New York Football Giants going forward, man. I truly believe it. I have no issues with that room right now. That room is looking real healthy and strong right now, especially with the anchor there. Bobby O. But moving on to a player, man. Wow. Nacho. You know, I'm not even going to jack up his name because I always... Nacho.
Raheem Nunez Roches.
There we go. Because I was going to mess up that Nunez. But, yo, this one right here is sneaky, sneaky good. Because we hashtag stop the run. And unfortunately, I don't have a slide for the brother Ashawn Robinson. We're just going to couple of him in on this one. Because our defensive line is competing. I don't know about with the Eagles and all them, but we definitely competing within our division as far as the way this depth is looking out and it's turning out. It's looking kind of scary, man. Hashtag stop the run.
Yeah, that D-line is crazy, bro. We spoke on it earlier, man. And to me, man, I put our D-line with anybody in the league, including the Eagles.
You feel that strong, yeah?
Yeah, I know that the Eagles are stacked, but bro, like we are stacked all around in that motherfucker, bro. All around, we got so much beef in that defensive line. And you know, you look at nachos. Look at A. Sean Robinson and Big Dex and DJ Davidson and Raleigh, Jordan Riley, and then we just mentioned Vernon Butler, and then I didn't even mention the other outside guys outside of that, which is Big Cat and Jahar Ward and things like that. Like, come on, bro, this D line is crazy.
Yo, hashtag stop the run. We had a problem. I don't look for this to be an issue. All of this Boston Scott talk. Fuck that Boston Scott talk, man. That bullshit. We wasn't prepared for it. We didn't have no linebackers and we ain't had the depth. All right? So let me see this Boston Scott this year. You know what I mean? All that bullshit. But we couldn't stop the run, bro. It was leaking all over the damn place, and that's not good for a blitzing team, man. That's the first component of any defense. Stop the run so you can pin your ears back and attack. So shout out to Joe Schoen and them. You cooking, baby. You cooking, baby. All right. Without any further ado, man, let's go ahead and talk about the cream of the crop. Our real true third round selection this year is a veteran by the name of Darren Waller. This right here is not height, weight, speed, at position and need, but fuck that. This motherfucker is a weapon too. All right, we got our Travis Kelce in this kind of hybrid Bills/Kansas City offense we got here. We finally got him. We got us one. Shakes, talk to me about Darren Waller, man. It's just I'm pouring out with exuberance because I'm telling you right now, I done seen this guy outside lined up at the X, in line, in the slot. He's a weapon.
Yeah, man, weapon, like you said. To me, when healthy, he's the top 3 tight end in the league. Only ones I put ahead of him is Mark Andrews and Kelce. The only ones.
That's a fact.
So, yeah, man, like this is definitely a Weapon X, weapons of mass destruction here. Like this is all that, man, and it's kind of hard for me to even like imagine him on the team. Like I can't, like usually I can like see it in my head. Pause, like I can just be like, oh yeah, I can see him in blue running around. Like I can't see him. I can't see what he's going to do, and that got me intrigued, and I can't wait to see it because like I want to see exactly how we present him, what he does on this football team, and how he looks, man. Like I just want to see the Darren Waller that motherfuckers was afraid of 2 years ago. Like, oh my gosh, we gotta face him. Oh shit, he might end up with 4 or 5 touchdowns. I remember that. I remember us talking like that 2-3 years ago. Like, oh shit, we got to face Darren Waller. He about to score like 3-4 touchdowns on the screen. And that was because we couldn't stop no tight ends for shit. All right. But still, you know what I mean? Like, we were that afraid of this kid. So to have him on the team is just, yeah, man, I can't wait to see it.
Amazing. Fucking Joe Schoen in the kitchen with the crock pot, boy. He cooking. Moving on. So as we know, the New York Football Giants signed my son, Paris Campbell. His whole life was an injury in the beginning of his whole career. It just was a big old injury. Last year, he flashed and showed us something. He was supposed to be the supplement for T.Y. Hilton as he actually, exited the league. He wound up showing up in Dallas, looking like a shell of himself. But shout out to T.Y., man. Hell of a player, hell of a career. But he was supposed to be the next guy up. But he just couldn't stay healthy, man. Finally put together a full season. This guy is the speed. We thought Darius Slayton was the guy with the speed. No, this guy is the guy with the speed. Clocking over 20 miles per hour last year. One of the fastest wide receivers, actually the fastest wide receiver last year, clocked on the field. And he's a New York Football Giant, man. And, just to see them dudes out in Arizona, Daniel Jones leading the pack, taking that from, definitely Eli Manning. I love this, man. I love this. Speed track team. Talk to me, baby. All right, Shake's on mute.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm in. But you know me, man. You know me, man. Speed, bro. All I love, bro.
It kills, man. It kills.
It does. And you know what? This is the crazy part about this. And I don't know many people, and I don't expect many people to remember this shit. But me, you know me, with my memory like an elephant. When everybody was Simba this and Simba that, Simba, and I was the one that was against it. Okay, we can all remember that and we all recall that. I don't want no goddamn Haskins. No. And I don't want no damn Jones neither. Alright? That was me. And one of the main things that I said was 1 year from Haskins, remember that? 1 year production. And I really accounted that year of production to his targets, mainly Paris Campbell. Okay?
All right, so bring out that elephant memory, because the conversation actually happened this way. I'm arguing with OG and Edie Chosen One about this. Right. All right, so if he's the guy, and y'all keep telling me he ain't had no targets, let me go take a look. And so this is how Scary Terry and Paris Campbell became my children. Is because when I went and looked, I was like, oh, nah, bro. Y'all tripping the fuck out. He ain't got no weapons. I was like, no, please. He ain't got nothing but speed on the outside. He got nothing but speed in the slot. These guys are out there moving and shaking. And he's placing the balls, but it's not just because of his placement. Rest in peace to Simba, but let me explain something to you, man. These kids were out there showing out. And and that narrative that was being painted was just a false one. And I couldn't go with it anymore. And I had to tell the brothers right there live on air, like, this is some bullshit. And based off of that, now both of these kids are now my children. I'm rooting for both of them now. Because you just shitted on their whole lives like they wasn't out there working. I don't agree. That shit. Yeah, come on, bro. I'm not with that. So yeah, you absolutely right. And we got Scary Terry in the division, and he is a number 1 wide receiver.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So moving on to some of the last portion of the slides, but of course, Joe Schoen is still cooking. The roster is never done. Here's a player that kind of got a question mark behind him, man. Jeff Smith, wide receiver, snatched him from next door, the New York Football Jets. Some people are saying he's not going to make the roster, man. I truly believe he does. I think they signed him for a reason. I think his life is special teams. But some people are like, nah, man, we can get a better product than that. I don't really like him as a special team or what he presents at wide receiver. I think you guys are, something's wrong with you. I got to be honest with you. This kid is going to be here for special teams. He is this year's Dwayne Harris to me. Talk to me about it, though.
No, I agree. I think, the guy Slater that was on the Patriots.
Yeah.
David Tyree, that was for us. I'm trying to think of somebody else. I know somebody else that's he used to make a mad Pro Bowls too. I think he came from the Chargers or whatever. But anyway, my point being, those guys always earn a spot on a roster. Like, no matter how many wide receivers they go, it's like they kind of exclude that guy and no, you're going to be here. We just got to shift through the rest of these wide receivers. So to me, that's who Jeff Smith is. He is that guy. He's that special teams demon that I don't feel like the Giants feel like they're going to go without this year. It's a reason why they signed him. And I think that is the main reason, because he's going to be the special teams demon that they want, that they love. And shit, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the Pro Bowl next year for that shit.
That's interesting. That would be the one of the signings of the year if this kid was able to make the Pro Bowl based off of the special teams. Because we know we need some gunners. We know we need let me ask you, bro. Right now, who do you think is the kick returner, punt returner, like in your mind?
The pimp.
He doing both?
Yeah, why not, bro? I don't think they're gonna ask him to do anything else, so he might as well just have those duties, bro.
So this is where you come up with the concept of the 8 wide receivers.
That's you damn right.
You motherfucking right, boy. What's wrong?
Damn right.
Hell yeah. All right, well.
Yep. The pimp.
It is what it is. The pimp. It is what it is on that one, man. And that concludes the slides for today's show. Bro. Good show, of course, man. But yo, I want to shout out to the New York Football Giants. Once again, John Schmelk and the team over there. That Giants life. If you guys aren't tuning into that, there's something wrong with you if you're a fan.
For real,
there's something
not a
actually
fan,
wrong
bro.
with you.
You're not a fan, bro.
That shit got me so pumped up. That shit got me pumped up like a Chuck Knox hype video. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is just so wholesome, man. And just to see the culture of the team and what we're doing. I really, really, really appreciate them for that and giving us an in on that, because we're not going to get no Giants hard knock, look like, right? That shit ain't never happening?
Nope. That ain't happening, okay.
Kind of interesting. So, all right, bro, man. No, man, great show. Great show, my brother. Great show. I'll be the first. Let me give my closing statement. Let me just say this, man. Shout out to all of the people done, man. Everybody that tuned in, chimed in, and those who will watch this video. We definitely got into some of the drafting and the processes of the drafting and Joe Schoen and them. But we kind of did an overall, run it back kind of deal. And, because we were missing around this period. But we had to, give an overall. But, this is what I want to do, Shakes, man, because I know, a lot of people, some people do it early, some people don't do it early, pause. We need to exhibit the next thing, which is the 53 before the 90, even though, or the 90 or whatever they got right now. Let's come up with some 53 information, man. And I think that'll be a good show for us. A nice little portion of where we can argue over these players. You know what I mean? That sounds like a debate
Next
Wednesday.
week, we predict the 53. Next week, we predict the 53. Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to me, baby.
Yeah. All right. I'm down with that. Also, look out for some interviews popping up this weekend. Also, look out for some more interviews next week as well. Shout outs to Patty. She should be coming on the show soon. Miss Patricia Trainer. Call her Patty Shakes over here. She definitely will be joining us next week or the following week. I'm trying to close that deal out again. Had to reschedule with her, but shout outs to Patty. She's so awesome. Yeah, she's so awesome. And everybody else, man, that came through and just showed the Shakedown love, man. Like I said, man, when I hit everybody up, don't nobody say no. Don't nobody say I'm too busy. They all be like, hell yeah. So I'm happy that we got that type of love and respect from our peers. I definitely fought for it. I definitely fought for it in this past year. I had some battles, and some people thought I done did too much, but it's okay. It's all right. That's all right.
That boy working. He cooking with the crock pot like Joe Schoen. You heard me? My boy been cooking since last year. I don't care how you feel about it. Yeah.
That's a fact. So don't be a weird, man. We still here, bro. We out here, and next week is going to be even stronger than ever. A lot of us will be back. Look out for either chose one from the Bronx coming back and making his debut with what's their name again? Oh, Shay.
Nah, it's KO. Yeah, knockout, right?
Big Blue KO, right?
Big Blue KO. Yeah. Yes. They're a brand new franchise, man. They just started. So no disrespect. Yeah, no disrespect to those brothers. It's just they just yeah. No doubt. I got you, son. I got you. But I want to put the proper respect on their name. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. They killing into the spaces. And King Joffy Joe, which is either chosen one from the Bronx, will be joining them. If you don't know who King Joffy Joe is, do your homework.
That's a fact. That's that motherfucking ugly motherfucker on Coming to America and shit. Y'all.
It's the king, Papa.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's E the Chosen from the Bronx, man. Shouts to him making his debut with BBKO. All right. I definitely will be up on their spaces talking my shit as well. So make sure that y'all tune into their podcast on Twitter Spaces, man. BBKO, Big Blue Knockout. You know what I mean? On the way for you boys. So there you go. Much love to y'all. Ain't no hate. I love y'all.
Man.
All right.
We don't do that. We don't do that around here.
All right.
We don't do that.
All right. You know what I mean? We grown men. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Other than that, man, great week of shows, man. We done got through the Shakedown AM. We done got through the Shakedown DMV. We done did our shows, man.
Yeah, productive this week, man. Productive. We got come on, man. Let's put it together. Let's put it together, bro.
That's a fact. We back out here, y'all. So once again, man, y'all stay tuned and hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Smash that motherfucker, man. Hit the notification bell too, man. Like and subscribe. Join the tribe. Y'all
join the tribe, baby.
Yes,
sir.
I don't really got nothing else, man. I ain't really got nothing else after that, man. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. And look out for extra shows too, man. I'm gonna be coming up with today's culture with or without my boy.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I support you either way.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn right. Urban culture should be coming back out as well. I think them boys want to do something as well. And we'll see about the Schoen and Ebert. But even if my boy not down with the Schoen and Ebert, I still will be, doing some things for movies still too. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned, man. We gonna do all this. Shit,
and let me just say this real quick. The Schoen and Ebert thing is very difficult because there's a lot of hits and strikes when it comes to movies, and they're very sensitive about that content. So we're trying to format that in the right way. It's not even just either chosen one, but
trying to format it in the right way.
Yep.
It's a fact. Plus it's, plus my boy timing. We got
that's a big part of it too. But they were striking us, so that kind of that dulls the morale. You know what I mean?
Made us be like, oh fuck this for right now until we figure this shit out. Man. But we will be bringing stuff back out like that, man, for y'all to enjoy. Because this is the Shakedown Media Network, man. We bring y'all everything. Alright. But like we always say around this time, we don't expect y'all to agree with us, but we damn sure expect y'all to understand. Understand? So don't get shook up, because we keep shit live. It's the Shakedown repping New York Giants on that drive for 5. Out of there. Take us away, Black Freezy.
Hey, yo, you just been shook by the Shakedown crew, and we the fuck up out of here. Peace.
Good night.
One.